Assistant to the Villain.
Oh my God.
I cannot wait for our book club.
We are doing a book club on Apprentice to the Villain.
October 13th. Be ready to join us for our book club with Apprentice to the Villain.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
we are so excited. This was a fantastic read.
Yes.
I've got so much stuff to talk about.
Me too. I've got like 2.5 pages worth of stuff. Like, I'll condense, don't worry, but I'm excited.
I can still hear without that.
You're trying to change this into a Hannah roast session, but
I'm trying to get all the heat off of me.
This will continue to be an alley roast session.
I just take it as you all love me and you feel comfortable enough to make fun of me.
Yes, 100%.
We're glad you believe that.
Yeah.
You're welcome. She's going to go home and ponder this sentence and be like, do they really?
Was she
like, we're going
serious?
to get a text at like 2 a.m. and be like, you guys really like me?
Well, you all really just included me in this because I was the one that brought it up.
Yeah, me and Hannah were like, ugh, I guess we gotta.
We're trying to make you want to leave. The Paramount,
We're sending you places. You think you're looking for a job, girl? Who sent out those resumes?
Oh my God.
We really love Allie.
Yes.
We love aggravating her though, because
Yes.
she's an Evie Sage.
Exactly. Which
I have
is
a
a
lot
great
to aggravate
segue.
about.
That's true.
Which is a great segue into our episode for today. Welcome to the Unfinished TBR. Welcome back. What just happened?
Elbowed the table.
Oh, bless your heart. I guess we can move that now.
We're good. Well, you stay there. Stay out of my way.
I just looked over and she's going,
What a great intro.
That was a fantastic entrance. So, with Casey's elbow pain, welcome to the Unfinished TBR. Welcome to our group chat.
Yes.
the Totally Spies group chat.
Yes. I'm Hannah.
I'm Allie.
I'm Casey.
And if you have been with us for 6 weeks now,
That's
we
crazy.
love you so much. This is longer than some of my relationships lasted
really
back in the
love
day.
these outfits.
We just keep re-wearing them. It's definitely not because we're recording all these on the same. Absolutely not.
We would never.
No.
We would never.
Psh, who's got time for that?
Not us, because we actually like.
Mom's gonna help her. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everybody knows. I've already said in one of our other episodes that I'm the family disappointment. So
Everybody expects it. It's fine.
If I show up late to helping set up for my nephew's birthday party, nobody's going to think a thing
I
of
can't
it.
believe he is one.
I know.
Was his birthday yesterday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
We
I
were
didn't
so
know if that's the
hoping-
reason you went over yesterday.
No, I just felt like going over it. He's just so stinking cute. And I know I
He's
probably
very
won't
cute.
get much like one-on-one time with him today. So I
Right.
was like, I gotta get my Levi fix.
Yeah.
You know? But we were so hoping he would be born today. We're recording this on September 21st. We were so hoping he would be born today because of
Do
the
you
Earth, Wind, and Fire
remember?
sign. I was going to buy him a t-shirt. Like a
One of my
record
high
or
school best
something.
friends' birthdays is today. So
Oh,
happy
really?
birthday. I hope you're listening because you're a book girly too. So
Happy
Peyton-
birthday. Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yay! Hi.
Yeah,
Well,
I hope you're listening.
We love you.
If she's not listening, we have to clip this, tag her in it so she does listen.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to listen. Because,
Yeah.
like Ali said, you're a book girly too. You're going to fit right in.
She read a lot in high school. So
Oh, yeah?
now this is a Peyton fan group. So
We
I
love you,
love you. I
Peyton.
miss you. I wish we wouldn't have fell off. So
Well, I wish you had been at
Life
the
happens.
high school reunion.
yeah, isn't it crazy? You can talk about how old you are, but until you talk about the experiences you had at like your senior year of high school, somebody's going to be like, "Oh my God!" Because me and Aaron have a not a significant age difference.
It's the biggest one out of our group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We are 3.5 years apart. So, like a lot of times I'll be like, oh, this was whenever I was in middle school. And he's like, oh my God, I was in elementary school. You creeper.
Well, when you think of it that way, y'all started dating as adults, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We were both consenting adults.
That's about how Sarah and Alex are. They're about that.
Oh, are
Same.
they?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that they were only a year apart.
It's no, they're further apart. They're 2.5, 3 years, something like that. It's super cute. He tells the story about how she was in 5th grade and he was in like 2nd or something, and he was holding the door open for her one day, and he was like, "Wow."
It's
And
so
I was
cute.
like, I get it. Have you seen my
See?
sister? Of course.
See, whenever me and Aaron met, it was not like that at all. It was not like that. So we were younger. Whenever we met, we were really good friends for a long time, and then all of a sudden,
Something switched.
Yeah.
we were playing kickball together one year, and I was getting ready to go to a kickball game, and I was like, "Oh, I need to put on makeup because Aaron's going to be there." And I was like, "Why the heck am I putting on makeup for Aaron?" And then here we are with a baby, and
Look at you.
you know,
That's precious.
Yeah.
Love it.
so.
So, this,
I literally tried to set him up with my sister.
I
do
did. We
remember
heavily
that.
were trying to push that because me and you were on that train.
I was like, "Oh my god,
Because-
they're going to go to prom."
Now her
together."
sister's a little younger than Aaron.
Yeah, she's a
he's
year-
between their age
She's
groups.
almost exactly a year younger than
Yeah.
him. They are the same age for a couple months.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot about that completely.
And I am directly in between my two brother-in-laws.
yes.
So, like his two older brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
so.
crazy.
Crazy
Look at
how you
us.
meet people in life like
Yes,
that.
and
Did I
things
tell you all
change.
that I went to Caleb's high school graduation?
No.
Yeah, I was there to cheer on. Quite a few people that I worked with went to high school with him, and I didn't go to their high school. I went to a different high school.
Yeah.
And so I went with a friend of mine to cheer those on, and I was there when he crossed
Isn't
the
that
stage,
insane?
and then we didn't meet and actually know each other for another 2.5 years.
That is crazy.
That
but
really
you like
is.
I
heard
had
his
seen
name.
pictures. I went to the graduation. I had dated a friend of his in the group that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I've seen pictures of him before, and I had thought,
Wow.
man, the guy I'm dating has a really cute friend group.
You tried to set me up with Caleb.
I did at one point.
Yes.
Yeah. And one of my roommates.
Yes.
I was heavily trying to be like, no, I don't have feelings.
Dude.
I don't have feelings for
If
this
that-
guy. Everyone else is, I just think he's a great guy for someone else
That's
today.
That
Crazy.
is such girl logic right there.
It is.
Yeah.
To keep him in your life
Yes.
without acknowledging your
Yes.
own feelings. That is such.
Like surely it's not me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
But
is
it is.
such girl. That's girl.
Yeah. Sorry,
No,
Destiny.
Coded.
Aaron was talking about a girl that I went to school with. She came. We met through softball.
Yeah.
So I was watching a softball game, and Aaron was sitting beside me, and he goes, "Dang, she's got a big butt." And I'm sitting here. I'm like, "Listen, she's pretty. She's crazy." Okay. Like I was like helping him out. Like I was like, "You don't understand."
Right.
And we talk about that all the time. And then whenever I got a crush on him, we always used to hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings
Right.
at the bar. And even though like half of us weren't even able to like leave
Yeah,
a drink, we just hung out there. But one of the bartenders, I always make fun of him for this because I had a crush on him, but he didn't know.
Right.
And one of the bartenders comes up and she's like, "Aaron, what's your middle name?" And he's like, "You know, you're going to have to guess."
Oh my god.
God.
And she's like, well, give me a hint. And he's like, "Starts with a M." And I just look at him and I'm like, "Michael."
I'm ending your game right now.
And he goes, "How did you know that?"
You're basic.
And so now whenever I tell that story, he always comes in with the quip that's like, "Allie,
I'm trying to lay the Mac down right now.
and I'm sitting here like,
the Mac down.
No.
I'm like, "You're not allowed." And we've stayed that way ever since.
There we go.
That's
Yeah.
A real love story.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm like, "You're not allowed to do anything." And he's like, "I'm trying to make friends." No,
He
I'm not
does
that
have
You don't
just a
need other
friendly
friends.
personality. That's the problem.
He has like,
He's a golden retriever.
Yeah. Yes.
not to brag on my husband, but he does have the best personality. And throwback to the last episode, until he starts driving. Until he starts driving. I'm not even safe whenever I drive because he's like, "Why are they going so slow?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm the one dealing
I
with
got
it.
this.
You're fine." I'm
Honestly.
definitely the people that Aaron yells at because the light will turn green and I still look.
Oh, yeah,
Because,
always check.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you have to, especially with situations like
Shout
that.
out Lexapro because I used to be way worse. Shout out Lexapro. Love you.
Sponsor us.
Please. You are so expensive. America shouldn't make these things so expensive.
Accurate. But we're going to get political if we go on that.
I don't want to get too political.
So, we are going to get started on this episode, which I have been on the edge of my seat for.
This is the one I've been waiting for.
Since we started this.
Yes.
Because that was already our book club.
Yeah.
Whenever we started this podcast.
Yes.
So here we are, week 6, for you guys at least. And we are starting this. Oh, we've already, if you've been with us for 6 episodes now, you know we've already gushed about these books so much.
So hard.
Apprentice to the Villain and Assistant to the Villain and Apprentice to the Villain.
Yes.
Yes.
Hannah Nicole Maehrer.
Maehrer.
I pronounce it Mayor, but I don't know if that's.
But there's another R in
There's
there.
another R, Maehrer. But I don't know if it's my southern accent coming out saying Mayor.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
we also combine oil and a whole bunch of different things. So
So forgive us if we're not pronouncing your name correctly, but we love you so much.
it's just
because
our
these books
accent.
are
We
gold.
promise.
So, if this is your first time with us, go back and rewatch some of the old episodes because we have already talked so much about this. We've already read the synopsis for the first book previously on the Unfinished TBR.
It says, Assistant Wanted. Notorious high-ranking villain seeks loyal, level-headed assistant for unspecified office duties, supporting staff for random mayhem and terror, and other dark things in general. Discretion is a must. Excellent benefits. With ailing family to support, Evie Sage's employment status isn't just important, it's vital. So when a mishap with Renadon's most infamous villain results in a job offer, naturally, she says yes. No job is perfect, of course, but even less so when you develop a teeny crush on your terrifying, temperamental, and undeniably hot boss. Don't find evil so attractive, Evie. But just when she's getting used to severed heads suspended from the ceiling, the odd squish of an errant eyeball beneath her heel, Evie suspects this dungeon has a huge rat, and not just the literal kind, because something rotten is growing in the kingdom of Renadon, and someone wants to take the villain and his entire nefarious empire out. Now Evie must not only resist drooling over her boss, but also figure out exactly who is sabotaging his work and ensure he makes them pay. After all, a good job is hard to find.
So that was from our second episode. If you want to rewatch that, it's a really good episode.
Yeah.
I like that episode a lot. But so yes, that is, you just heard the synopsis for Assistant to the Villain. Doesn't that sound just so magical? It's so good.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it.
And one of the best things about this book, sometimes, even in some of my favorite books, there's little lulls, right?
Yeah.
This one had none.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero lull. No section where I was like, okay, let's go to the next part. Even rereading it, I was like, yes, give me every single section. Every single section. We read this originally back in March of this year. It's September now. And I've read it twice. I would gladly read it a third.
I would too.
Gladly.
I could reread this one.
Yes. It is.
Have you reread the first one?
I didn't. I didn't have time.
That's
I probably did have time.
You thought you didn't have time. Turns out you
thought I
actually
wouldn't
did.
have, but yeah.
Hey, Apprentice to the Villain
Yes.
Apprentice to the Villain is the one that we're doing the book club on anyway. But it is good to go ahead and have the background of Assistant to the Villain. I cannot.
Jeez Louise, sister.
I know. This is all notes on the very first
There's
book.
2.
Now
Yes.
I've mentioned this before, but this book series is just mega mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
If you haven't
is.
watched the other episodes, we've made that reference before. Well, they've made that reference. But
Yeah.
I still need to
We
watch
are
it.
doing a live show.
Are we going to do that? That's kind of what I've been waiting
want
for.
No, we do need to meet up though, because that's a good kids show too. So
It
that
is.
way
Yeah.
we can bring
Let
the
the
babies.
littles.
Bring the
and
babies.
Just have a movie night. That'd be fun.
That
like
would be.
popcorn and PJs and
and live streaming. So, assistant to the villain. Okay, so let's talk about fan cast real quick.
Yeah.
I mentioned in previous episodes, Allie is Evie. If you haven't read the book, read it now because Allie is Evie.
Ever since you said that, I do picture myself sometimes, but it is pre-baby.
I can still see post-baby too.
We're trying to get back to pre-baby. We're trying to emulate Evie Sage.
But it was just from the get-go, I was like, this is exactly something that Allie would do. All of it.
I do see myself doing a lot of the things.
Like the very first quote that I had down was during their initial meeting, and she figures out who the villain is or who she's talking to. She's talking to the villain. The very first thing she says is, as a rule of thumb, inherently evil people should be grotesque looking. You can't just kill people and look pretty. It's confusing. So you coded.
Yes. Yeah, and honestly, it's with regular people too. I'm like, why do you have to be such a douche whenever you're pretty?
Right. It's like that's not how it should go. You should be a good person.
Yeah.
If you're pretty, because guess what? You got blessed.
Yes.
Yes.
There was one oh yeah, don't find torture attractive, Evie.
Yeah, those lines.
All of those lines. Don't find your boss attractive, Evie.
Yes.
Don't find torture attractive, Evie.
Yes.
Don't look at Don't look at your boss in leather, Evie. Like
I love it. Yeah.
It's so great. But the fan castings.
Who do you see as Evie?
Yes.
I kind of say this one's a little older, but if you remember the movie The Other Woman, it's got
with Cameron Diaz,
Kate Upton.
Yes,
I picture Leslie Mann, who was the wife that was getting cheated on in that movie.
Yeah,
I picture her because she has that whole air about her where she would say stuff like, don't find evil so attractive. Like she's just always a little stressed out, but she reminds me a little of you. The way she acts out parts.
So it's basically still Allie.
Yeah. After you said it, I started picturing Allie a little more.
That's what my mother-in-law said. That's what my mother-in-law said.
Yeah.
Another one that was like very blatant to me, which I've said before, these two books are cartoons in my head.
Yeah.
Start to finish, cartoons. So for Blade, I pictured Hercules.
That's such a good fit.
That is so good.
Tell me that's not Hercules. Like,
yes.
But younger Hercules before he got the muscles.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so good.
So you're welcome for that imagery because Hercules was always... Hey, I've already said I like manly men, okay?
How did you picture the villain?
Okay, so the villain was... I'm going to have to, like, tag him whenever we put the... You make sure to tag him whenever we put this on TikTok. His name's Tyler James. And something about, like, he's got the wavy hair. He does resand as well. So, he'll sometimes have light eyes. And it, like, one curly, wavy hair. That's how a cartoon version of him is how I pictured him. Tyler James, Tyler James, since you're probably getting tagged in this.
That one? That guy?
Yes. Since you're probably getting tagged in this.
Hold on, I have to look a little longer. I can't really see.
Yeah. Aaron, look away.
Since you're getting tagged in this, in case you were curious, I'm the girl that keeps asking you to do a villain video.
No,
she's bullying.
I've commented on a couple of his things, and I'm like, you have to read Assistant to the Villain and do the villain because you are him. And he's like, find an audio that does. I was like, I cannot find an audio anywhere. Please just do it. Like,
just do it anyway.
Just do it. In once in a while.
So yeah, I'm that girl. So welcome. You're the villain in my mind, just a cartoon version of you. But
I picture my husband.
You picture who do you picture?
Give me a second. We might have to splice in. I'm trying to find the dude.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
Gotcha. I'm gonna. Becky is the only other one that was like concrete for me.
Okay.
Velma from Scooby Doo.
Really?
Yes.
So I picture, and maybe it's because we just watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid for a little while ago.
Okay.
I picture the mom because in that movie she has brown hair.
Let me see. That's a good one.
In that movie she has brown hair.
That's a good one.
And she always wears it like up in a ponytail. She's
Right.
got like bangs. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a picture of her in that movie.
That's actually probably better than mine, but that was all I could picture with Becky.
Yeah.
I loved her and Blade's storyline.
I pictured for Becky was Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
I pictured her.
I can see that as well because that's very
They kinda
close
look
to the
alike.
yeah.
They do, yeah.
It's another one of those that's like interchangeable. It's just
Right.
the same thought behind it. Everybody else was kind of like the faceless blobs that you see in like dreams and stuff.
Yeah. I do that a lot with the now back to Evie, and I'm sorry. I did a lot of times with the main character, if it's a woman, I will picture myself just because I
As
think that's
you
how
should in this
everybody
book.
is. But after I read it, or after reading Apprentice to the Villain, my mind has kind of changed. Love Island. I'm a reality TV show girly. Leah Kateb. I picture her as Evie because she's gorgeous, and she's got like the dark curly hair.
Wow, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Holy
Really? You picture
cow.
that as
Yeah.
Evie?
For Apprentice, I have a hard time not.
You have to like take it like
I
that.
also picture her as Ione, which Becky told me is right in One Dark Window.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
it
also
is
pictured her.
Ione. So
It
we
is
figured
Ione.
that one out.
Yeah.
Good.
Shout out Becky.
Shout out Becky.
You're getting a lot of shout outs.
Now, I did find my person for who I picture as the villain.
Who is it?
Trevor Wagner on TikTok.
The name sounds really familiar.
It should. He does a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Longer hair version, though.
Yeah.
Definitely
Okey-dokey.
think of the Bieber cut
Okay.
in high
Okay.
school. More that hairstyle, but a
Yeah,
little more
I do picture
wild
longer hair.
emo version
Yeah.
of the Bieber cut.
I gotcha.
Right?
I gotcha. That fits you. That fits
Yeah.
you. I feel like.
I like the dark, moody type. I don't really follow him
like-
very closely. I don't listen when
He's
he
pretty.
talks.
It's
you
just
know?
blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah,
Proper
blah.
name, place name, backstory stuff.
Yeah. And Rob, who she was coupled up with at the beginning, I also kind of see as the villain.
Mm-hmm.
He is pretty.
Could be.
He is pretty.
Oh, that's because he's in a cowboy hat. That's why you like him. That's why you like him.
And he's a snake guy. Hold up.
Nice. See, I like that better. I like that better.
He's a bad boy. And he's
Which
also
is the villain.
he's also a douchebag.
Oh,
And
well.
which is
not
so
Alice type.
which is so
That is
disappointing.
true.
Rob, if you're listening to this, you were my guy the first like 2 weeks. And then you were not my guy. Now I'm all for Miguel. You can cut that.
No, we're leaving it. We're tagging him.
Please.
And back to it. Okay, so the synopsis for Apprentice to the Villain. Notice to staff, there's been a disturbing increase in cheeriness, sprightly behavior, and overall optimism of late. Please resume your former dark, ominous terrors at your earliest convenience. Management. Evie Sage has never been happier to be the assistant to the villain. Who would have thought that working for an outrageously handsome, bad for his brand, evil overlord would be so rewarding? Still, the business of being bad is demanding. The forces of good are annoyingly persistent, and said forbidden boss is somewhat out of evil office. But Renadon is in grave trouble, and all signs Kingsley's included, point to catastrophe. Something peculiar is happening with the kingdom's magic, and it made the villain's manor vulnerable to their enemies, including their nemesis, the king. Now it's time for Evie to face her greatest challenge, protecting the villain's lair, all of his nefarious works, and maybe, provided no one finds out, the entire kingdom. No pressure, Evie. It's time to step out of her comfort zone and learn new skills, like treason, dagger work, conspiring with the enemy. It's all so delightfully fun. But what happens when the assistant to the villain is ready to become his apprentice? Cute!
So cute.
Yes.
Oh, love it so much.
Can we first discuss Kingsley?
Yes.
We are such Kingsley
I
fans.
love Kingsley.
Yes, I had a feeling that it was going to be like a Frog Prince top situation.
Yes.
And it's all but confirmed.
I wrote this down. I said, why do they act like no one knows Kingsley has to be someone Tristan knew before he was a frog?
That is something.
Why are we pretending like that wasn't so clear at the beginning?
Especially with the ending of Assistant to the Villain.
Yes.
Saying it, out loud. Why can't they just admit it?
Exactly.
Right. I was very glad at the end of this book that they did.
Yes, they finally acknowledged it.
Yeah.
It's so obvious in certain sections that there is somebody in a neighboring kingdom or something where she could be the princess that breaks his curse. I would love that.
Right.
Because I feel like which you haven't read Throne of Glass yet.
No.
I feel like Kingsley is going to be Dorian. From Throne of Glass.
I picture more
character.
Kale.
Really?
Yes.
What the heck is wrong with you? But
Kale.
I just think about I just think about Dorian whenever his personality and stuff coming through with his signs and everything.
Yeah.
How he's always like in the middle of stuff.
Yes.
I just love it. It's such a Dorian move. Yes. So he is Dorian to me.
Okay.
I get the same vibes.
Okay.
It's all about the vibes, really. Except he has blonde hair.
I do see Dorian now. Because Dorian is funnier than Kale.
Yes.
He's a little bit more lighthearted than Kale.
Yes.
I don't know. I just see like a funny version of someone. I gotcha.
The only thing is, instead of the dark hair, light eyes like Dorian's got, he's got light eyes and light hair.
Yeah. Because
the villain's already got the dark hair covered. Yeah. So we're not going to do the dark hair on him. But yeah, he's definitely got to be like the sun version. The villain is nighttime.
Yeah. He's the day.
Yes, he's the day. That's what I envision, at least. Yeah. It's like a yin and yang situation. I the very first thing that I remember from this book was the fact that Evie was dead.
Yes.
And I was like, what just happened? Why did Becky take her seriously?
Well, I got that from Assistant to the Villain, you're going to have to kill me.
Yes.
And so I figured.
Well, I figured it was like a ploy and that she wasn't actually dead, and it was just like word of mouth was going to confuse the king and everything.
Yeah.
But when her body was actually there and Tristan felt and it was lifeless, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And so I kept waiting for him to, kiss her because she's dead anyway. Mm-hmm. It's not going to matter. So let me get it.
Oh my gosh,
I
this
kept
slow
waiting
burn
for that.
is going to be the death of me.
It's amazing though. I love they do the she does the slow burn so
I am
well.
not a fan of slow burn.
You got to do it right, and I think she's doing it right.
Yes. She did it right, and A Court of Mist and Fury did it right.
It's not an ick for me. I like it, but I like it whenever they're like, flirting with each other, and maybe a couple chapters they're like, and then they find out. Maybe it's the Hallmark movie and me being like,
I gotcha. You want it to happen a little bit quicker. I gotcha. No, I loved this. Like in the first book, whenever she's getting rid of the bomb and he comes and saves her, and he picks her up and her lips accidentally graze his collarbone and he stumbles. I was like, I'm clutching my pearls. Oh, it was amazing.
Or whenever he's grabbing her thighs in this book.
Dude, don't even get me started. He has a fascination with her thighs ever since she started wearing pants. You guys see what I mean now? Because I mentioned that in one of our other episodes. Like, he's obsessed with her thighs. And as a girl with thighs,
as most of us,
no butt, but all thighs. It's kind of like, yeah. One for the thigh girls.
Win on us.
So yes, I thought that was a huge win for the thigh girlies, and I loved it. Loved it so much. Gosh, they really turned up the heat on this one. I felt like, did y'all feel that way?
Yes. I think the reason I don't like slow burn is because, like, especially in the books where you can see, like, you get two perspectives. I'm like, just say something,
right?
You just have to say one thing, and the other person will be like, oh my God, I feel that way about you.
Yes.
I like how realistic it is, though, because in real life, you would be thinking about all these other things and not knowing the other person's going to say yes when you do this.
True. Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot on his plate. He doesn't want to put her in danger either.
I do like that about this book because he's like, oh, but I can't like her.
Right.
Yeah,
he's like,
it's for
I
her
like
safety.
Yes, but I can't. I don't know why this is very annoying that I find her attractive. I love that.
Yes. And honestly, let's be honest. Also, like, he's so obsessed with her. Obsessed with. I'm going to go ahead and skip to a section of the book where we learn about their first encounter more from Becky.
Yes.
Where the assistant position was not even a thing.
No.
Until he met her. He went out and specifically bought furniture.
I bought all this for you.
For short people. Mm-hmm. As a short person, I was like, this is real love. This is This man is in love from the get-go. And you cannot tell me you don't want a man that's like obsessed with you that much. Like, I'm gonna tell this story on my husband. I don't think he likes when I tell it, but I love telling it. We used to work at a big chain retail store together, and there was one night where I had to do stock duties, and which entailed cleaning the bathrooms. The only cleaner that we had was like orange scented. I hate the smell of citrus. I do not care that it's like the universal, everybody loves it because it smells clean. I do not care. I hate anything that smells citrus. And I just made
Rhonda, don't listen. Rhonda loves orange.
I made a passing comment. I was like, because they were asking, hey, how did stock duties go? Because usually a big burly man does it, and I was like, oh, it was fine. I mean, it wasn't my first time cleaning bathrooms, but I do wish they had a different scent to be able to clean the bathrooms with. I hate citrus. And he happened to be there, and he heard that comment. The next time he did stock duties, this man purposefully went out and bought a different kind of bathroom cleaner and would only use it in the women's restroom, because he said, if you have to go to the restroom on your shift, I don't want you to have to smell citrus because I know you don't like. That is Tristan.
That's so sweet.
That is something that Tristan would do. And oh my gosh. So the fact that he's a little bit Matthew coded too, it made me fall in love with him even more, because I was like, that's something Matthew would do. And he wouldn't say that he's doing it because that would be too obvious.
Yeah.
But
I just secretly started having stuff for you because you don't like the smell of the other.
Exactly. Like, I could cry.
It's the consideration.
Yes,
you thought of me when you didn't have to.
Yes, and that's what he's doing throughout this book. It is constantly, he's thinking of her first, even if he doesn't want to admit it.
Yes.
He's thinking of her first. Oh, love it. Speaking of first, let's talk about when they first realized that they loved each other. Because Evie's was in this book, but Tristan's was in the last book.
Yes.
So Tristan, what was it?
I've read too many stories about them finding out that they loved each other.
Yes.
I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, wait, it was the first book, but I'm thinking of another one.
Yes, I can't remember what his was, but I mean, the fact that he begged the king not to harm her. His enemy.
Yes.
The reason he's afraid of the dark. The fact that he was willing to beg this man not to hurt her. How did Evie not know after that?
Really?
He was in love with her.
And he's so protective of her.
Yes.
Like, any man comes around that's like a playboy type guy, and he's like, you need to get away.
Even her
Back
brother.
Yes.
Which, can we talk about that?
Right.
Yes. The fact that her brother is still alive. Dude, whenever I actually had it on here,
Whenever he was so protective over her brother and she like runs up and jumps and hugs him, I was even sitting there thinking, I'm like, get him, Tristan.
Yeah. Fighting.
I already had a feeling that was her brother before then.
Yeah.
So whenever it did the flashback, really,
I didn't.
I don't know why I did.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was lines before, like, we're talking right before they're about to
Not
give it away.
me.
I was like, oh, it's her brother. That's got to be it.
I think I kind of got the vibe on his. I'm pretty sure I made the note on the very first chapter where it's his point of view.
Yeah.
It said the knight's point of view, and something about it, I was like, this has to be Gideon.
I
right?
thought it was
has
I thought it was just like a different, like a worker for
Right.
a guard for Tristan was kind of hiding under
Like a double
Knight.
agent.
Yeah. That's how I took it at first. But we're talking like a paragraph ahead
I
before
gotcha.
the reveal is where I picked it up, and I was like, oh,
I think
wait.
No,
I think I
heard
just got
Gideon.
lucky on this one.
Yeah, I heard Gideon, and I was like, who?
whenever he snuck up on Evie after, like, whenever it did the flashback to
Yeah.
after Tristan is taken, and he snuck up on her.
Yes.
I laughed out loud because I could see her flailing like
Yeah.
that, and like, I could see you
We see Allie flailing.
flailing like that.
It doesn't not happen often.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was so jealous, and the fact that Gideon picked up on it right away.
Yeah.
It's like,
And-
oh.
Yes. So whenever Tristan
and he
found
also picked up on Becky.
Yes.
Right away.
yes.
And that one's a lot more subtle.
Yeah.
Yes, I did not see
I
that
didn't see
one
that
coming
coming
at
either.
all. I hated her mother, Becky's
Oh,
mother.
God.
Wow.
I hated
The
her
whole
family.
time I was trying not to roll my eyes.
Holy cow. I was like, this lady just needs to back off. It was awful.
Yeah.
And the fact that she sold them out and didn't get any punishment for it, like, she sold these kids, well, not kids, but she sold these people out.
I hope book 3 goes into
I hope she
just ripping
dies.
her a new one, man.
I hope she dies. I did picture Cher as her. That was another one that
I
was
pictured Mother Gotham, so.
basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
With
who I
red hair.
pictured.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, she had red hair. Who did I picture?
I mean, I still pictured Cher.
I
You know me.
pictured the Gotham's the one from Tangled, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I pictured, was the mom
Okay.
from Tangled.
Nothing else. I mean,
Yeah.
you know how I am with descriptions. I'm
I just
bypass
skip
and just
over
think
half
about
of
it.
it.
I go off of vibes. I go
Yeah.
off of vibes alone, not description. So for
family.
some reason,
I like her dad.
for some reason, her brothers.
I still got 50 pages left, so.
he doesn't
No.
do anything.
her,
That's
her brothers are.
oh yeah, they're the word I want to
wonder she goes
use.
to
I
the
can't
villain.
say.
No wonder she goes to the villain.
Yeah.
Like,
She
leaves
sees
her
what
family
the
for that.
the good side is doing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Good on Becky for getting out of that situation. I mean, the fact that she got herself out of that situation.
Right.
I mean, that's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good plot point. It's not a forced, like how they're trying to do these remakes with the princess movies and stuff. It's not like a forced, oh, she took care of herself. Let's completely bypass the plot of this movie and make sure she takes care of herself. No, Becky actually took care of herself.
Yeah.
She got out.
Yeah.
Like, way to go. Way to go. Atta girl. So one more thing with Becky. The fact that the knit dragon that Blade has is Becky's.
I know.
As soon as I found that out, I was like I was already on the Blade and Becky train.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Because their banter is also good. But,
And And whenever he stuck up for her in front of her parents.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. When he stuck up for, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, Blade.
Yeah.
I think that's. No, it's not. I was going to say I think that's when I started seeing him as Hercules. That's when I started seeing him as the muscular Hercules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before then, it was the scrawny Hercules.
Yeah.
But after that, it was like big buff Hercules.
Yeah.
And I was like, get him, Blade.
Yeah.
Sick your dragon on him. You know? But I loved that he had her knit dragon and that she was always fascinated with stuff like that because look at them, they have similar interests. Precious. I love them. And the fact that Evie's little sister was like constantly trying to put people together.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Her playing matchmaker has been the best.
It was amazing.
Where did my diary go?
The one with the kissing picture that I drew of me and Tristan. And then Gideon trying to say, oh, that's so-and-so from the village just to mess with
Yes.
Because he already knew. He already knew that Tristan was in love with Evie. And
let's make him angry. Let's poke the bear, shall we?
Yes. Oh, this is some guy from our village. And Tristan's ready to like cut somebody's head off.
Someone who's not
Evie's
even
like,
real.
That's not a person.
Oh, that reminds me too. I want to go back and talk about this. So we forgot to talk about whenever they discovered they were in love with each other. Evie's thing was whenever he was willing to jump off that cliff with her, and not knowing, he was like, "So we're gonna jump off the cliff, right?" And still running full speed, no hesitation. And she was like, "I love him." Like,
yep, this is it.
Can we blame her?
I'd have been sold.
Somebody who's ready to jump off a cliff with me. 100%. Are you joking?
Yeah. I have a topic I want
to talk about it. Because I lost
Let's talk about how Evangelina Sage solved a riddle while drunk off of a flower that was harder than the riddle that Feyre had weeks to think about.
Yes. And
she's just da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, just like I can just see her like waddling around.
Tristan's like, how in the world is she gonna solve this? She's so drunk and she's just like, trust. And I'm like, that was because the first time I read the riddle that Feyre had to solve, I was like, love.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Guys, I did not catch it at all.
Well, I thought in Feyre's it was love, and then I was like, no, that's too obvious.
You're right.
So I pulled back, and then later I was like,
you could have just answered love.
Really?
Versus this one, I had to read, I think, twice to get it. And I was like, oh, God. And I had the feeling of,
on this one.
There's no way that they're going to do this for Evie, too, where she has to, like, do all this stuff to be able to get it. And she's going to get it at the last second. And then here she is, just drunk. Trust!
Oh, gosh. I love her so much.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because I read it and I was like, there's no way. There's no way she just did that.
Because in my brain, after
Evie
they read
is so fun.
Yes.
I would hang out with Drunk Evie.
Yes.
Yes,
she's so fun.
Evie.
She is. And she's still just
she's a runner.
as
She's
awesome.
a truck star.
Yeah.
She's still just as awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so me, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to leave.
Bread all the way.
Yes.
All the way.
Especially
and then they
sweetbread.
Yeah.
It's getting close to lunchtime. I'm getting
Oh,
hungry
gosh,
now.
yes.
Talking about bread.
Let's talk about that prison scene. And then we're going to talk about the bedroom scene. We're going to talk about we're going to go in order,
prison scene with her cousin?
No. With her and Tristan.
No, where her cousin trapped them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I was thinking of others and I was like, they weren't steamy. What are we talking about? What are y'all doing? Got you.
Another
they're
situation.
Taking off their clothes.
I mean, they're basically playing Dare.
It's just to get the key. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And they're like about to drown and she's like, kiss me. And he's like, I can't. The rejection.
So felt Evie in that moment. I was like, I'm with you. I'd never trust it again.
No.
You got to make the move now, buddy. I put it out there.
With the revenge, I'm like, okay. I love that.
Yes.
I love her thought process through all of this where she's like, okay, let's have more like that, where it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna sit here and just not talk to you or like do all this.
No.
I'm gonna get back at you. And that's exactly what we need in more books, where it's like, oh no, you want to think like that? Okay.
Yeah. Don't just sit there and take it.
I'm gonna be petty.
Yeah. Bring out the petty side.
Yes.
Because guess what? That hurts.
Yeah.
That rejection hurts.
Yeah.
And you get in his head what he's thinking, but she has none of that perspective.
Exactly.
So it's like, all you did, you just shut me down, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're enemies now.
Actual
the
enemies,
bedroom
not
scene.
not the pretend enemies.
But the bedroom scene.
First, let's talk about this.
The pillows?
The pillows, for one thing. That is so Matthew. Matthew has so many pillows.
Are we talking about the nightlight here?
Yes, we're talking about the nightlight. It is in the shape of a tornado.
A little tornado.
Because she is his light.
Safe space. She's his safe space
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Like, she chases away the nightmare. There is so much symbolism behind his nightlight being a tornado.
Putting up little tornado.
God, are we
How
kidding? And
precious.
then the fact that she's in her nightgown.
Oh, and he's such a gentleman.
And it's
He wants to be a gentleman so bad, but at the same time he just wants to ravish her.
Yeah, that too. But he
That
chooses
is what
the
we
gentleman
love
thing.
in a man.
He chooses the gentleman thing. Gets her a
wear-
blanket.
Close your ears. Becky, please turn this part down. I don't want Justin hearing this.
So here's what happens. She is in her nightdress. She doesn't realize how see-through it is whenever she's close to the fire. The fire is coming like through, so you can see the whole womanly curves going on, which, yeah, that's sexy. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, and he cannot look away. He can't focus on anything that she's saying. He cannot. And it's like all he can focus. And guess what? It's her thighs again. And
Yep.
and the fact that the table falls and they fall on top of each other, and that's when Blade comes in.
I love that.
That was, and Blade was immediately like, oh. He was like the alligator in Princess and the Frog when he's like, oh, did I catch you at a bad time? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was so perfect.
So Edwin is an ogre, right?
yes.
Does anyone else picture him in that one Shrek movie where he's like, "Is my I think it's a taco stand or whatever. Listen, we're gonna get hungry and we're gonna be wanting some tacos." Have you seen that?
Yes.
That part? Okay.
I could see that. Yeah, that specific one.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't picture Shrek.
No, me neither.
No, he was too nice for that.
Yeah.
But
We are all over the place. We do
Yes.
not have a plan on this one.
No.
We're just talking about everything because everything is so good.
Yeah. So just
All of
follow
it.
along at your leisure.
If you've read the book, then you know exactly the parts that we're talking about. So, and now let's talk about the house scene where they're back in her childhood house.
Yes.
First of all,
Let me run up to your bedroom because we're going to make this even, first of all. Why? There's no giant pile of pillows on my bed. I have a normal amount.
yeah.
and then the fact that he goes in there and Evie's first thought is we need to get some lights on. We need to get some flames going. And he doesn't even think about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she is his nightlight. Yeah. Because she's little tornado.
I literally want to throw up with how cute this is.
I know.
It's so precious.
It's so perfect. And it's finally one of those situations where it's like, screw it. And just goes for
Yes.
I was like, this is the moment. This is
This
the
is
moment.
it.
And
Still no.
Nope.
but I'm also okay with that.
And
It's
when
still
we
sweet.
say slow burn, we mean
Slow.
Their first kiss in the first book is like what 75% of the way through.
Yes, and it is the perfect.
It really
is.
is.
He thinks he's dreaming, and he's like, "Oh wait a second."
and that could have been the moment because he was kissing her and holding her to him for one thing, and he called her love. And do you realize how weak I would have gotten as Evie? Like I would have turned into straight
Yeah, no,
Joe.
I wouldn't have been
Being
able
called
to.
love.
I wouldn't have been able to hold myself together.
Oh my gosh. And him holding her like that was perfect hand placement. It was just I wouldn't have been no. I would have pretended myself. I would have said, forget it.
You're right.
I'm
This
all
is
in.
a dream. We're here.
Yes. We're both
Let's
dreaming.
keep going.
We're both dreaming. Let's get to the good part. Like in front of everybody.
Let's just jump ahead 3 chapters.
When we finally get to be alone and acknowledge what happened. But they don't.
Nope.
Except Becky makes them.
Yeah.
She's like, is this all because of the kiss? And they're both like sputtering. It's just a kiss. And they're like, yeah. It's just a kiss. Yeah. Stop.
Just one of those.
Them dancing right before then too. That was the most magical dance.
Yeah.
The fairy lights.
Yes.
In the trees.
Yes.
In the little hidden alcove. Oh, stop.
So sweet.
This book checks all my boxes,
I
dude.
love it.
Every single
I love how funny
one of them.
it is.
Yes.
It's very, very rare for me to laugh out loud at a book, and I have done it multiple times with this.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I said it before. I'll say it again. I was like, my facial expressions in the car were atrocious. They could not. I could not contain all the emotions that I was feeling. So it was just the whole time I was like looking out the window at the other cars, like, are you hearing this?
No, that is
I would Snapchat them whenever I got settled, and I'd be like, you guys have to read this book. Like, I was like shaking. I was so giddy about it.
And that audiobook narrator, again, I just want to give her props.
Yes.
Yes.
She did fantastic. So good. Oh, let's talk about the ending real quick. The fact that Gideon said he was not, you might not have gotten here yet. The fact that Gideon said he was not able to get the antidote to her on that apple.
Which means that the
little kiss to the knuckles.
the prophecy is true. His love woke her up.
They said that was the only other thing that could wake her. And she was like, well, that's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale. It's not going to happen. Of course you got it to me. He's like, I didn't get it to you.
It was that kiss on her knuckles. Give it to me. Oh, so...
I haven't gotten that far, so I'm
sorry, friend. But
No, it's good. It's good. I
When
deserve
they
it.
come back out after the whole death scene and everything, they're having to hide their faces.
So she dies again?
No. I'm backing back up again to that part. I love the fact that they're talking about the posters, and there's that whole Flynn Rider moment where they're like, they used to never get me right.
Yes. That is such a good
I love
joke.
it whenever
Yes.
she's like, what? I've been promoted.
It's like the
Stop being excited about being wanted.
it's like the Monsters Inc. where
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski is on the cover. He's like, I don't believe it. I'm on the page. And he's covered up by a sticker.
Yeah, he's there.
That's about the vibe that I got from
Yes.
I don't believe it. I'm wanted.
Yes.
In that moment, I'm not gonna lie, I pictured Hannah for just a half second there, because Hannah would be like, "Oh my god, I got my own wanted poster. This is the best thing ever."
100%. And you best believe they better put the 2 wanted posters up side by side.
Yes.
They're in the foyer because
I love it.
And then they kiss.
and make them kiss.
Kiss. Make them kiss.
Oh, speaking of the foyer, though, whenever she killed her past employer,
Yes.
and
had
hung
it
his
hanging
head up on the,
I was
and
like,
the fact,
heck yes.
yes, I was all for it. But the fact that Tristan was turned on,
Uh-huh.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, we got us a real bad boy here.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Oh, I love
See,
it.
I also kind of read it as he was like, oh, God, I've changed her. Like, she shouldn't be
A
dealing
little
with
bit,
that.
No.
yeah. But also, man, that's kind of hot. Wait, no, she shouldn't be doing that to begin with.
Yeah.
But it was kind of hot.
Right.
Her dad.
Oh my God.
No.
The fact that he talked.
He's still using her.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. And well, he's using the younger one too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
speaking
who
of
got her
which-
the note?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that Tristan has a tea party.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, he was actually excited about it at the end of the first book. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. In the second one, and he was all in too. Like, he was like, oh yes, well, we did forget this. And like, he was so, that's exactly.
That is the most attractive thing I think a guy can ever do, is be so good with kids.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're in a fluffy hat or you got like this little tutu on or whatever. No, if you're entertaining a child,
And Hannah doesn't even
I don't
want
even
kids.
want kids. But the fact that you're entertaining this child, you get
So
like
cute.
40 billion points in my book. I can't help it.
Yeah. Where Aaron's so tall, they just, all kids view him as a jungle gym. So
Yeah.
he has no choice but to be good with children.
That's how Alex is. He's the tallest one in our family. So
Yeah.
every time, there for a while, every time Levi would see him, he just, like, he was so confused. Like, who is this weird tall guy? Like,
How'd you get up there?
Whenever she was drunk and she was talking about Evie's past lover and how unsatisfied she was.
Yeah.
I was like, Tristan, show her what a good time is.
Honestly,
Tristan, take the bait right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just ready.
Another one.
Let me find it.
In the cell. While they're about to die, but before she says, "Please kiss me."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan tells Evie he's never had performance anxiety.
Or she's like, you're just a large man. I mean, I'm sure all the parts of you are large and like all this other stuff.
Because he was trying to get the key, you know, and
Yeah.
he kept missing.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's okay to have performance anxiety. He looks her dead in the eyes and says, I do not have performance anxiety. And she said, I was speaking of your magic, sir. And he said, completely straight-faced, good for you. I'm not.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah. Honestly, that line was.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yelped. Oh gosh, I was a million degrees at that point. I flushed.
I gotta agree with Allie a little bit there. I was mad.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
When they were like, no.
The fact that he said that and then immediately turned around and said, I can't kiss you.
I can't kiss you.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Cat and mouse game.
Gosh, that was so mean. That was so mean. There was another one that was, yeah. Whenever they're sparring with Becky's brothers. And one of them made the comment that was like, it must be really difficult to love you about Tristan. And she just goes, she said, exactly, I didn't find it very difficult at all.
I don't know how Tristan can resist her after that
right?
line.
And then
I know. I just don't get it. Like, how do they not know?
yes,
We've already told everybody,
they know
even
now.
if you don't say that you love me, they know I love you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you might as well love me back because I'm
Exactly.
already going to be a target.
Exactly. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and the way that she disarmed him after that, whenever it was just them sparring,
Yeah.
because the guys left, they were like, "Oh, we're getting out of here," and like ran away. We're gonna give you guys some time.
Yeah.
Y'all figure this out, and then they just, and then he's like, "Disarm me," and
She
kisses him.
kisses him. I love how mad he was that he was like, you better not do that to anybody else, is what he's thinking. Oh my God, never disarm someone else that way.
Yes. So one of the things I think, one of the predictions that I have with the next one is that his powers are acting up because he's not confronting his feelings toward Evie.
I agree.
I think that's why they're acting
You know
up
how
around
the
her.
male and female Guvras, like the magic messes up whenever they are
apart, right?
apart, I think.
Or in
curses where they're
distress.
at.
And,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I think
the
it's kind of like that.
super, it like
Yeah.
started
They're
storming.
definitely a parallel with
Yes.
Tristan and Evie.
100%.
That's what the Goovers
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
100%. So I'm hoping that gets...
I think once they do admit it, her magic's going to come.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
She's definitely, that's why she can see it.
Yes.
There's got to be something with her inner magic that she
Yeah.
can see his.
Yeah.
The fact that she's the only one that can see it, and he doesn't take that as a sign of some
Yeah.
sort.
A good
honey.
sign. He takes it as a bad
Yeah.
thing.
He's like, oh no, but bruh,
Yeah.
guess what? She's probably your other half. That's probably
Yeah.
why. Or she is your other half. You just need to acknowledge it.
Love.
Oh. I thought you were like gonna continue. Like, no, I love
No.
something.
No.
So I was
Love.
waiting on you to
Love.
continue.
I love love.
I do too. And their love is just
It's so good.
so. If you haven't read the book, sorry for all the spoilers, but still go read it.
Yeah,
it's so
it's so
good.
good.
I give this one
Don't
a 5
listen
out
to
of 5.
Amanda.
Yeah, don't listen to her.
Yeah, she's wrong.
I'm not reading any more recommendations from Amanda. My name's Amanda. I'm 6.
I love that audio. But
No, I'm not listening to any more recommendations because she obviously doesn't know what she's talking about.
Your taste clearly is not any good. I don't know.
she does have good taste on
Now
other
we're
things.
roasting Amanda.
We have transitioned.
which we are going to talk about one day, and maybe today being the day, about how The Measure was a beautiful book and Hannah didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
It was a beautiful book.
You read it?
I did. I did read The Measure.
Oh, it's so good. I
So-
cried. I did not cry, but I teared up, and I was like,
Way to go, Amanda. I didn't feel it, but they did.
way to go, Amanda. You have
Get over
horrible taste
yourself.
on
These-
other things.
These are amazing books. Get over yourself. Read them. Yeah, every single scene was top notch, 5 stars without a doubt. 100% will be reading again. Especially
You rated it 5 stars and the series isn't done?
Oh.
We got a little bit of hypocrisy coming out.
Hypocrisy?
Isn't that what it is?
hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy.
I gotta go home. Thanks for watching.
All right, so
Yes, but
it is
thank you.
this is the end of the episode. We are she's gone. She gone. We
She's
ain't
really
lying.
out.
But so this was a fantastic book. Next book will be coming out next September. We will be keeping you guys updated.
Yes.
I won't be here for that because I've quit the pod.
By that point, it may really just be Casey again. Sorry.
So so that's all it took for her to for us to kick her off. Was
Hypocrisy.
I'm gonna throw this at one of you. I'm embarrassed.
No, don't be embarrassed.
Wow.
But
You
okay.
can rate and review this podcast 1 star.
Rate and review us. Leave us comments on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. Leave all your
Facebook.
hypocritical comments. I'm done. That's the last one. I'm done.
Let us know what you thought of the book. Tell us if we forgot anything.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm done. Okay, you want to hit? Do it.
I'm just kidding.
Do it.
So tell us what you thought of the book. Were you like Amanda and couldn't get into it? Are you a weirdo? Or are you normal and give it 5 stars like us? So
And tell us if we missed anything we can
Yes.
discuss in the comments.
we talk. No, we were not organized at all.
No.
We'll
But
try
this
to
is
be
how
better
we
next
are
time.
in
Yes.
real life.
This is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us
Hope you
to
kept
a T.
up.
Yeah. Good luck with
And
it.
if you didn't keep up, I'm glad you missed the hypocrisy.
We love you.
We love you. We love you, Allie. We
love
love
you
you,
all.
listener. Thank you again. Rate, subscribe, comment. Hit that
Go to
little
Google and
ding-a-ling
review
button.
us. Yeah.
Hit the what?
Yeah. Well, that's a thing too.
Hit the little bell up at the top. Get some notifications from us, and we want to hear all about it. So, all right.
We'll see you
All
next
right.
time.
See you next
I love
time.
guys.
Love
Love you. Mwah. Bye.